Hello everybody, Stephen Howson, and today's video is sponsored by Quiff, which is a mobile betting app, and you can find the link for that in the description below. Works on Android and iOS, so you are all covered. And if you follow me on social media, you realise that I won a couple of grand on Quiff just about 2 weeks ago. I had a 5-team ACCA in Germany, and it was pretty straightforward. I had Bayern Munich to win by a couple of goals. I had like a draw and a few home wins, and that was it. It was pretty simple. 368 to 5 was the odds, or 78 to 5 was the odds, and Quiff turbo charged that up to 400 to 1, which meant when it came in, I won 2 grand off a fiver, which you can't say fairer than that, can you? So I'm placing an ACCA today. So to place an ACCA, all you need to do is press the rocket at the very top there. That's going to ask you if you want to launch accumulators. Press yes, and then select your bets, basically. Slide it to the left to see some short odds, slide to the right to see some quick selection odds, or click it as normal, and you can see this whole list of different stuff that you're able to stick on in your accumulator. Or if you want, click on it and open it up to see the full odds. Select the one you want, press add to accumulator, and that is it. It's very simple. So here's the ACCA that I am going for this week. I've got Chelsea to beat Qarabag. I think that's straightforward. I've got Bayern Munich by 3 or more goals against Anderlecht. I've got Benfica to win home against Moscow. I've got City to win away against Feyenoord. Liverpool at home against Sevilla. I've got Barcelona and Juventus to draw, because I think that one's going to be a bit of an iffy one. Paris to beat Celtic, and of course Manchester United to beat Basel with a 2-goal margin. Now this is some pretty crazy odds. 735 to 2, which works out from a fiver as 1,800 quid. Can't say fairer than that, can you? So check it out. The link is in the description below, or hit me up on social media for the link as well. Let's see today's video. Yes, lads! Manchester United are back in the Champions League. We play FC Basel at Old Trafford tomorrow night, and I cannot wait to be in Old Trafford under those lights, listening to that music. That, to me, is happiness. I cannot wait. Come on! I think we're going to smash the group. I think we're going to do really well in the group. I think we're going to really push on and get some stuff done in the Champions League this year. I consider the quarterfinals to be a really good place for us to achieve something. I don't think we're good enough to be a semi-final team, but under Jose Mourinho, we might be able to sneak through. Don't think we're going to win it. Think we're still a team that's on the build at the moment. But the first team in our way is FC Basel. We got a really favourable draw in the group stage of the Champions League, and I think that we've got every chance of progressing this undefeated. I think we're going to go and absolutely smash it. So Basel is in the first team up at Old Trafford. Now, I've been trying to analyse how I think Basel are going to approach this, and to be honest, I have no idea. They've got Ricky van Wolfswinkel. You might remember him from Norwich, where he scored exactly 1 goal in about 25-30 games. He's got 7 in 7 for Basel in the Swiss Super League at the moment. He is absolutely smashing it. So he might be a threat. Now, it's difficult to really think about how these are going to line up against us, because when you look at their last 5 or 6 games, they've played a different formation every week. They haven't gone consecutive weeks, apart from, I think, their league started in July, and I think the first couple of weeks they was playing 3-5-2. It might even be like a 3-1-4-2, to be honest, the way they line it up. They played that a couple of times together, but essentially they've been mixing up, and they've been playing 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2. They've been completely mixing up 3-4-3. So it's hard to gauge what they're going to do, because I don't know enough about some of the sides that they're coming up against, Lugano and Grasshopper and Thun and all that sort of stuff in the Swiss League, to really have a gauge on who plays a little bit like United. Who do we really need to think that they're going to be going? They're going to come defensive. They're going to come to Old Trafford and try and get a point. That will be a victory for them. So I don't know. I haven't seen enough of their games to be able to say this is how they're going to be coming. So we mentioned in the post-match analysis after the Stoke game, I'm going to see how I do with the pre-match and post-match analysis for the Champions League. And do you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to keep them nice and short like this, give you some of the bullet points, none of the graphics and stuff like that, because this stuff just takes far too long for me to do. But I will do this like this, give you what I can find on a team. Hopefully we can find a little bit more than I've been able to find on Basel. Do the same for a review, and I'll keep the proper analysis just for the Premier League games until we reach the knockout stage. Once we reach the knockout stage after Christmas, I will start putting a full analysis in, especially for some of the teams that we're going to be facing in the other end, because I'm very confident United are going to be getting through. So Ricky van Wolfswinkel, 7 in 7 for FC Basel. From the games that I've seen, it's hard to discern how they're going to do it. Honestly, it really is. They attack so differently in all these different formations. So I think what you can say is they are flexible. I think that would be fair to say, wouldn't it? Van Wolfswinkel's been absolutely clinical, scoring 7 of their 12 goals that the team has scored in total this season. Very reliant on him. They're third in the table. They've lost 2, drawn 2, won 3. They're beatable. They're losing games in Switzerland. They're going to come to Old Trafford and they're going to lose. They're going to make it tight for us. Again, the key is going to be an early goal from Manchester United. We get an early goal, we're in for an easy night. If it goes past the hour mark, then we start getting a twitchy bum time, don't we? Then we're going to start panicking. Then we're going to start trying to do things that we normally wouldn't do. United need to go into this quite relaxed. Now, starting 11-wise, from United, I thought Romero might get given a shout here. But then I watched Jose Mourinho's press conference today and he basically said David De Gea is going to be playing. And he also mentioned Smalling and Lindelof. Now, I'm throwing this out there as a little bit of a Hail Mary. Because I can't work out exactly how Basel are going to come and play against us, I'm just going to have fun with the United 11. I'm going to say we're going to play 3 at the back. We've obviously been trialling it in pre-season for one reason. The last time we used it in pre-season, Smalling and Lindelof was part of that back 4. So I think there's a very real opportunity for Manchester United to play 3 at the back here and be attacking with the remaining 6 players? 7 players? How many do we need? 7 players. Yeah, 7 players. I'm going to say Manchester United are going to line up. Big Dave in net. Smalling, Lindelof, as Mourinho has said, and Daley Blind as a back 3. Our midfield 4. Of Valencia on the right. Lingard on the left as like a left wing back. Just because I think he's got that work rate to sort of do it from there. Matic and Pogba. Mkhitaryan in the number 10 spot. So he'll probably float into midfield and sort of occupy a similar sort of space to Pogba, just be a little bit further forward. And then Lukaku and Marshall up front. What do you reckon of that? 3-5-2? Can you hear the rain? Rain's been a bit horrific around here. Anyway, so I'll go for that again. So Big Dave in net. A back 3 of Lindelof, Smalling and Blind. We've got Darmian who could throw in the mixer as well. Did an excellent job as part of this for us in pre-season. Valencia, Matic, Pogba and Lingard. Mkhitaryan just hovering just in front. And then I think 2 strikers, Marshall and Lukaku. And the reason for this is that I think we want to see more central strikers. More strikers in central positions can have a big effect for us. More options for Mkhitaryan to pick out. More options for Pogba to pick out. A little bit more attacking width on the left-hand side there with Jesse Lingard. Valencia can play his natural game going forward. He needs to get some better crosses in. Lingard needs to get some good crosses in if it is him that plays on this left-hand side. And then a solid back 3, Smalling, Blind, Lindelof, couple of ball players and 1 more destroyer in the middle. I don't think we trialled it on pre-season for no reason. So I think there's got to be a reason that we played 3-5-2. So I'm going to throw my hat and say that when a team comes to park the bus at Old Trafford, Jose Mourinho is going to want to have 3-5-2 as the option to unlock that. So that's what I think is going to play tomorrow. I have no idea if that's correct or not. It probably isn't, let's face it. It'll probably be back to 4-2-3-1. But that's just my thought. I wouldn't mind seeing that because I think that could break them down. They're going to come defensive. I have no idea what shape they're going to come in. But I wouldn't mind seeing that. 2 strikers from United. Let's bring back 2 striker systems. As for a score prediction, I think 3-0 United. I think we're going to get the job done. I think we're going to go back into the Champions League with a bang and set us up for the Everton game at the weekend. So I cannot wait. So as I said at the start of the show, make sure you go and check out Quiff, get it downloaded and see if you can win big on there as well. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.